Did you know that in the past many European explorers got lost while searching for a city paved in gold? That legend was very popular among them at the time and, of course, motivated them all to find that golden city. But in the end, they found nothing. The myth of the Golden City originated in the 16th century in a fertile village somewhere in what is now Colombia. At that time, Spanish explorers traveling through the New World arrived in that place, which was still primitive and traditional. They were told by the native people about a ritual involving abundant gold. But it wasn't the Spaniards who performed this golden ritual. It was carried out by an advanced tribe in the Andes called the Muisca. The Muisca people are said to have often performed a ritual in which they would coat their king with gold dust. Then he would be floated on a raft on the lake, and the king's gold layer would sink to the bottom of the lake, carrying tons of gold as an offering to their gods. The Muisca carried out this ritual frequently because they believed gold was not a symbol of wealth, but a medium between humans and the supreme universe. Simply put, they regarded gold as a means of communication with their gods, not for worldly riches, and through gold, they could reach the highest spiritual level. However, it seems the Spanish explorers misinterpreted this story. They concluded that somewhere in the Andes there must be a city paved in gold, and they called it El Dorado. Since adventure was all the rage, the El Dorado story became extremely popular and motivated expeditions across South America. But many of them ended up lost or even disappeared due to lack of preparation and reckless actions. The first expedition was undertaken by Gonzalo Jimenez in 1530. Gonzalo reached the Andes and met members of the Muisca tribe. However, after spending time there, he couldn't find El Dorado, but his expedition paved the way for others. At least they now knew roughly where to go. The next expedition, by Francisco de Orellana in 1541. Unfortunately, he got lost on a dangerous river, causing him and his crew to face hunger and even infectious disease. By accident, though, he discovered a river now known as the Amazon River. During the 16th century, Spanish explorers found several gold ornaments on the shore of Lake Guatavita, which turned out to be the Muisca ritual site. They came to believe that beneath the lake lay the city of gold. So what did they do? They tried to drain the lake, but they gave up early because they found nothing. In the 19th century, the English tried as well to drain the lake, but halfway through, they stopped, disappointed that the treasure they uncovered didn't match their expectations. From all these failures, historians eventually concluded that El Dorado never existed. It was just a misunderstanding by Spanish explorers misinterpreting the indigenous story. At first, the story was about a golden-coated king, but it was misread as a city coated in gold. Perhaps the explorers were blinded by their own desire for vast wealth. What do you think? Could there really be a city of gold?